Hey book besties, and welcome back to Remington Tea Time. Today's cozy cup is just some chai. It's what I was in the mood for. I chose a cute little mug to drink it out of. Today we're going to be talking about book 2 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which is Carl's Doomsday scenario. If you thought that DCC couldn't get any crazier, CDS is here to prove you wrong. This sequel somehow doubles the chaos, the laughs, and the emotional damage. In this book, Carl and Princess Donut are back facing deadlier dungeon floors, smarter enemies, and challenges that are just as hilarious as they are terrifying. Carl and Donut actually get to choose their race and their class in this book, with Carl choosing to be a primal, so he maintains his human physical features, and he chooses the compensated anarchist as his class. Donut stays a cat because she believes it's the most perfect race that she could ever be, and she gets the formal child actor class. So with these classes and these races, they have new skills and new achievements that they get to level up as they gain experience throughout the dungeon. This book also sees the introduction of quest. This is actually one of the quests that they get stuck in. It's the Grimaldi Circus quest, where they have to help certain non-combatant NPCs, go through a certain storyline and then complete it, and they gain a ton of experience from it. They actually spend most of their time competing on level 3 in this book, and we kind of see the curtain start to get pulled back on the bigger conspiracies and mysteries behind the dungeon itself. We sort of start to understand that the game is kind of a product of political agendas and corporate interest. Overall, I gave this book a 4-star rating, mostly because as a non-gamer, it can sometimes be hard to keep track of all the RPG terms and mechanics and just structure of the way that a game is written. But it kind of just forced me to slow down, which sort of took me out of the storyline a little bit. And I think that was my only issue with the book. It was just as funny, just as fast paced, but my mental understanding of things, I kind of had to slow down to be able to comprehend what I was reading. The ending, absolutely hilarious. I actually finished the very last page on my car ride to work. It was my husband was dropping me off and I was trying to read, and I got that last page and I actually laughed out loud. It was absolutely hilarious. I didn't realize until I got home later that night and read the epilogue and then finished the book that there's a mini series that started in book 1. I actually read the part 2 of Backstage at the Pineapple Cabaret, which kind of gives you a little behind the scenes look at what the mobs kind of go through while they're not in the dungeon and on their levels and stuff. So I actually had to go back and read part 1 for that mini series. It was really cool because it kind of gave you just a little bit more of an understanding of where the storyline's kind of going for the bigger picture. But overall, I enjoyed this book just as much. I've already started book 3, and I can kind of understand that now that we've kind of started to build the world, we're starting to get a little bit more nitty-gritty with what the actual problems within the world are. I was hoping that's how it would be because it's a 8-book series. At least I have 8 books. So I was kind of hoping that the world building would be slow like it is in a regular high fantasy or epic fantasy book. But yeah, 4-star read. Super excited to continue on. I will be in the Dungeon Crawler Carl world for quite some time because these books just get bigger and bigger. This is book 2 and this is book 3. So you'll be hearing more about Dungeon Crawler Carl from me hopefully very soon as I finish book 3. But 4 out of 5-star read. Give it a try. It's not your usual fantasy. It's actually very fun.